four-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
G'day. Welcome to another Nexus Gaming Series cast. I am your host, Valimebus, and today we have a Division E East game between LTK We Hate OBJ as well as Bunker Fun Time Academy. It has been a hot minute since I've casted a Division E game. I have been casting a lot of Division C because it really feels... Division D, Division C really feels like the undercasted divisions. I know Division E has not gotten as much love this season as it has previous ones, but hey, there should still be a little bit of love to go around to them at least. So, we see LTK, We Hate OBJ banned out Alterac and Alterac Pass as well as Sky Temple, while Bunker Fun Time Academy banned out Volskaya Industries Foundry. I don't actually know what that's called now, maybe thinking of the Overwatch map, aren't I? Yep, Volskaya Foundry, as well as Braxis Holdout. And that leads us to Towers of Doom. So, let's jump on over into the game and get things rolling. Right, so on the side of LTK, We Hate OBJ, we have Bowser King on Diablo, last Melchior? Is there an L in there? He's spinning too fast. On the Vala, Vika is on the Anduin, Zoom, Vin Boom is on Gazlo, and then we have Bo Diddley on the Leoric. And on the right hand side we have Puff Dog on Lucio, Exorcist on the Kira, Peldor on, I was going to say Stabman, Imperius, Sarge is on Anubrak, and Old Lady is on Zoo. This is an interesting comp from BFT Academy, because we can see, like, yeah, they got a lot of melee. If they get on top of someone, that's going to be a problem. But I don't know how they get on top of Vala. So one comp is your traditional hyper carry comp, while the other is very much we're going to clump at you and you are going to die. I don't know. At least they have Lucio. Lucio very much will be the enabler in this comp. Lucio does need to get the speed to get them on top of people, and needs the speed to get them out of the way. You can see that Puff Dog will be the target. Does get hit by one stun, gets hit by two stun, and however won't get hit by red stun or blue stun, and they will be able to survive. Peldor does get the stab onto Bowser King, then followed up by a stun from Sarge. We can see Bowser King is just kind of armoring through it all. A spell armor from him is doing a lot so far, but we'll see how that goes throughout the game. Right, but let's have a look at talents. We see Lucio went that party mix. Yeah, party mix from Lucio. We can see Kira went her second quest of, I don't actually know what it's called, Fatal Wounds. I haven't played Kira all that much. You don't actually usually see her in NGS. She is a bit of a rarer pick. A lot of these other picks are definitely more standard though, because we do see that Vala has gone Creed of a Hunter, and that's about it. Other thing to know is always Soul Stones. Soul Stone is always an option for Bowser King, for that Diablo, as he just needs those souls to kind of power through everything. Right, give me a moment. And we can see now that we're starting to get abilities traded out, and with Zoom, Vin, Boom does get a nice W off. We see the charge come out of Exodus, however, the immediate peel by the rest of the team as Bowser King has been hit by about 4 stuns in a row. However, Anduin Pool does help them out. They do get to hold on, and that is a... what probably should have been a dead Bowser King, what it should have been a dead Diablo. The Fire Lizard gets to live just that little bit longer. We can see now there's a little bit of resets from everyone. Both Exorcist and Sarge was out of mana. Meanwhile, Bowser King is already back just using tap. And Puff Dog and Peldor are going to have to, well, are going to hold off these last two sappers, which unfortunate if you're the side of LTK We Hate OBJ, as if you managed to get that vote in, that would have been easy kind of go button. Puff Dog is now in danger, held away from the rest of the team, pushed away from the game. However, it is a Lucio. They do have that move speed to get out of it. And that's the unfortunate thing about Lucio. Lucio is a bit susceptible to stuns from Diablo, as Lucio wants to wall ride and Diablo wants to hit you straight into a wall. But meanwhile, even if they are hit on the wall, Lucio can just kind of push the button, get out. They have that trait for a reason. They have speed boost. They're both things that can help. Vicar is going to be starting to channel the objective. We can see Bowser King is trying his best to hold the gate, so to speak. Sarge is getting relatively low. Will not quite go down. Actually, yes, Zoom Vin Boom does manage to find the W. Just the very tip of it manages to find via Nubarak. You can see Zoom Vin Boom does get hit by Exorcist Spin. If we do see Exorcist decides to go and get stunned by Bowser King, and then will go down. Peldor gets an excellent 3-man spear, however, last Melchior has been stacking this whole time. Peldor in danger, going down to 200 health. Essentially just 1 or 2 more auto attacks away from last Melchior, especially because they are as stacked as they are. You can get a decent push here happening. Meanwhile, I should mention that the offlaners are doing their jobs. They are getting that soak happening. I need to keep an eye on it because I think Old Lady has been making sure to get double soak, but we can definitely see that Leoric is doing it. Meanwhile, we do see Paul coming out, Zoom via Boom. We can see Peldor getting the stun out. Camps should be up soon as well, imagine. Yep, 16 seconds from one, 12 seconds on the other. And yep, offlane is just doing a double soak thing, so really it's just to keep an eye on what's happening bottom, as not much is going to be really happening anywhere else. There we see one siege camp popped up just now. We can see the other one just popped up at the top of the screen to there. And let's have a look as we do see stun come out. Exorcist does get the quick kick. And we do see Bowser King goes for flip, however Puff Dog interrupts it, meaning that they aren't quite going to flip anyone over their head. Bowser King getting relatively low. We see Desperate Prayer coming out, and that's Bowser King kind of surviving through all the issues that they're about to have. Meanwhile, you can see stun coming out onto the Peldor. Peldor holding on for dear life. Does go to charge back in, however will go down. Puff Dog trying their best to help everyone hold on. We do see auto attacks coming from last Melchior, and that is a lot of damage coming out, but next objective is only just coming up now. And both teams go, oh yeah, there's sappers on this map. There is more than just team fighting to this map. And we can see that Bowser King does get hit by the stun. Exorcist, will they kick in? Yes, they do. We just see a nice boop, actually. Bowser King and last Melchior getting a little bit of awkward situation. Last Melchior needs to hold on. We see Vicky using the Desperate Prayer onto them. And Leoric is actually already down here. It looks like they're wanting to fight. Now, the thing is, like, we do have a heavy frontline comp, but Vicar needs to make sure that last Melchior is the one who lives. That is the person who needs to live throughout your engagements, as they are your damage. They may be out of mana, but their auto attacks will do a lot if you just let them be. But this is where the kind of the strength of Bunkered Funtime Academy comes in. They have a lot of healthy characters that can just push in, and the LTK We Hate OBJ doesn't necessarily have the tools to deal with them yet. They will soon enough. They will at level 16s, but it's still a little bit off. As we can see, objective was picked up by Bunker Funtime Academy. Peldor, however, is staying a little bit longer than they probably should. Zoom Vin Boom get a nice W off, getting that little bit of healing going. And we do now have him pushing into that gate. But nope, not too much more going to be found there. Let's have a look. I was going to say, I don't actually know what the Gazlo's build is. And it looks like they will be going laser build, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes as we get further down the line. Right, but both camps are being taken. A little bit faster for the side of LTK We Hate OBJ than it is for the side of Bunker Funtime Academy, but it's still relatively even across both sides. Wait, has Vala died yet? That's a question I need to ask, sorry. No, they haven't. I could have just looked up here. It's been 0 deaths, what am I on about? But now we can see where I thought this was going to become a problem for Bunker Funtime Academy. Gravo Bomb. Gravo Bomb into a very heavy, well, barely anything else but melee team is going to be very much problematic. As we can see, there's an excellent triple stun coming off of it. There's another triple stun. I'm surprised we didn't see last Melchior use... No, they'd already used both charges of Rain of Vengeance, so they weren't able to get them follow up with it. But let's have a look at other heroics. As we did also have Apocalypse use, we also see that there is that Entomb from Leoric, as we always see. Then we see Unrelenting Strikes from the Kira, not quite finding anything. Peldor goes in. Does need to pop the shield. It does last barely long enough to get the swords coming out. Angelic Armaments. Are they going to use it in time? Yep, there it is. Exorcist, however, will go down to Vala. Vala is now in danger. Actually, Bowser King more so. And that is last Melchior and Co. just backing out. I think they have noted Underwing Light Bomb. We see Beat Drop Lucio. Interesting, this Beat Drop. I would maybe have thought we would see High Five, but no. Other things to note, Cocoon on Nubrak, which I imagine we're going to see last Melchior getting hit by that more often than not. Poison Nova on the Zul. Bowser King is in danger. Light Bomb coming out. There's one stun, there's two stun, there's another. And Tomb holding them in, meaning they aren't able to get out. Puff Dog is getting relatively low. There was already the Nubreaker win down. Now we see that Peldor is the one in a rough position as well. Will go down soon after. Exorcist thinks about going in, doesn't quite do so. And there'll be that fight over. There's a very good team fight here by the side of LTK. We hate OBJ. That, I don't know, that Gravo just... I don't know what Bunker Funtime needs to do to kind of get ahead in this game now. Because obviously their team wants to rush it down. They don't have amazing siege. Yeah, sure they have Beetles and Zul, but Kira and especially Imperius is not exactly known for their siege damage. They're known for their team fight ability, but they're not known for their siege. And see a nice double stun coming out to Bowser King and Zoom Then Boom. Right, and now we're going to get that posturing once again. Exorcist goes for a nice Q, doesn't quite find it. Zoom Then Boom does get kicked in on by Exorcist. Because the tower isn't... Oh, that was a janky looking charge, but it wasn't still a charge. Exorcist getting relatively low. We see that the building will target them. They are going to get releasing strikes off. Beat drop comes out of Exorcist, taking a little bit too much damage from building. Zoom Then Boom doesn't get targeted by it. Does get a nice double stun with that Gravel Bomb. Then the follow up from the stun. And before it's able to clean up. And that will be another team fight going over to the side of LTK. We hate OBJ. This is a very commanding position that LTK has put themselves in. By no means do I think that Bunker Funtime Academy will be out of it. It's just going to be a very big uphill battle. They need to essentially bait out Gravel Bomb. Essentially that's what they need to do. They need to bait out Gravel Bomb, disengage with Lucio as Gravel Bomb comes out, so save the heal boost or speed boost, whatever you call that ability. Save Amp it up for when that gets dropped. Amp up with speed boost out, then go in after Gravo's off. Because once Gravo's done, you guys have far less to worry about. The question now is, will they be able to pull it off? Or will the Gravo just get too much value each time it comes out? Peldor is very ahead of the rest of the team. Maybe not the best idea as we see one stun coming out, we see two stun coming out. We see Kira getting the swing around onto Bowser King. Bowser King now in danger, does get the pull out. Last Melky has been out of damage a while, but there we go. There's the Gazlo Gravo, there's the follow up, there's the Light Bomb. They have survived the original burst of it. That's the good thing here. That's what they need to do. They need to survive that first burst. You see Bowser King now gets a nice triple stun with their APOC as there is two heroes going down. Puff Dog's being found by Ando, and then we see Vala picking up her second kill of that fight, but the fourth kill of the fight overall, and that will be the fight once again going over to LTK. We hate OBJ. I don't know, just Bunker Fight. I don't know if it's the all melee thing, because we very much have a BFT need to all in. And it's not necessarily always easy just to all in, especially into a comp that has a lot of counter engage tools. APOC can be an amazing counter engage tool. It doesn't need to be engaged. Old Lady is now in danger. We're not going to probably see into him, but we do see the kitchen sink thrown at them, as that will be them going down and boss being taken by the side of LTK. We hate OBJ. So I don't think BFT gets there in time. No, they are just going to decide to do bottom, and we can see that this boss will go over to the side of LTK. We hate OBJ. Bunker Funtime Academy is at least making the right call, getting that bottom tower back over in their favor, as they do so now. Boom. And now we have things ready. Let's have a look around. I'm at least happy that Bunker Funtime Academy has gotten shots off in core. So we're not seeing a total blowout. I'm always happy to see that it is at least something happening. Oh, Diablo charge didn't quite find its mark. We do see Exorcist is swinging around, decides not to go back in. Last Melchior in a little bit of danger was about to get hit by Peldor with stun, but decides to use theirs just in time. And now we can see a little bit of a split fight here as Last Melchior is getting to open backline. Meanwhile, Sarge and Exorcist was fighting Bowser King and soon Boom. We see Vicar is absolutely getting focused by Peldor, but however won't quite go down as there's just too much peeling happening there. Zoom Then Boom also holds on as, well, Gazlo is just a hero that can survive for a lot of damage as is. We can see now there is an APOC combo coming out. There's the Entomb. Sarge, if he had to borrow, may have been able to escape, but no, able to, and that will be another 3 kills going over the side of LTK. We hate OBJ. Oh, poor Bunker Funtime. This is a rough one to watch. We can at least see Old Lady is able to get their top objective. They're not quite wanting to step into the enemy one. They kind of saw what happened last time when they were rotating through, and they are just going to play it safely. Exorcist is going to look for the gank onto Bo Diddley. However, with that Wraith Walk, Bo Diddley will be able to get out. Exorcist looked for that kind of tether on at the end of it, but unfortunately wasn't able to find so. Lucio then speed boosters up just to kind of go, hey guys, let's push here. Because meanwhile we see a relatively large push happening bottom. We can see that is taken down, and actually Bo Diddley is now having to deal with a 4-man of LTK, of Bunker Funtime, which I like this choice by Bunker Funtime Academy. This is really what was needed. A lot of poison damage going out. Bo Diddley not able to quite survive it. Oh, but Speedboost tried to get him out of here in time, however it wasn't quite enough to do so, and is that really that push over? You guys can still push. I would like maybe to see a macro choice of for side LTK. We have OBJ, not LTK, OBJ. Bank of Fun Time going in there, but we can see that Nubrak trying to defend the death zone goes down. This is such a mixed. I have many mixed feelings about this game. It's a really unfortunate thing because like these free sappers are about to end it. They get a nice path in 1, 2, 3, GG. And that will be the first game of the series going over to the side of LTK. We hate OBJ. GG's called by both sides. Right, let's have a look at the game summary screen real quick. Right, as we can see here, last Melchior really was not very contested. They were able just to absolutely get the damage out without being too afraid. I did like when Imperius and Puff Dog decided to go, you know what? Heck that guy, as they just decided to run after him during one of the objective phases. And that honestly looked about to be the most scary objective phase for LTK. We had OBJ. As soon as Viavala was pressured, you can see it was a much messier fight and was more likely to go in BFT's favor. However, just they weren't able to quite capitalize on that. As well, Gravo Bomb did a lot of work. The heavy melee comp, I kind of thought about at level 1. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but Gravo into a heavy melee comp such as this is almost fight ending, just because Gravo can already do a lot of damage, and when you're now stunning everyone for that much time, and you have a Light Bomb to follow up and an APOC to follow up, those people aren't moving very fast. And we can see that kind of came to fruition as 2 free people usually found by a Gravo, and that was really the fight won at that point. Other things to note, damage. Imperius tried to be damn best. That percent damage build kind of did a lot just because there was Gazlo and Diablo, but they couldn't quite get through it all. Siege damage, Leoric, and Zul, relatively close, 10k difference, but 100 soak difference in between them, not much. As well as Lucio and Anduin also pretty close, but Anduin did slightly edge out for Lucio in terms of healing. But Lucio does have to choose between healing and speed, that is true. In terms of builds, anything that stand out? Not really. Everything here makes sense. I don't know what else to say about that, just everything here makes sense. Is what it kind of is. Auto attack build, nice. Fealty Until Death is an interesting choice, usually Aussie and Renewal, but Leoric did manage to stay in lane quite a bit thanks to that Fealty Until Death. And they didn't really get ganked too much outside of that last bit where LTK, where Bunker Funtime really awed in that one, and unfortunately we were able to hold off the side. And unfortunately that one of them went down for there, and I think that would have been an extra building over to the side of Bunker Funtime Academy if that happened. But right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it over to the map view screen. Then this. And we'll see what our next map is. I have no clue what it is. I think I saw what it was before. I'm just really forgetful. Right. We have Cursed Hollow. Oh, I have not casted this too much this season. I think I've only casted it once. I do like the big macro maps. They are fun to me. I don't play them much, but I do think they're very fun. Well, in saying that, I don't think I've played a single match for series. I may have been able to play one this season, but this last week, but to anyone who's been following me and knows a little bit about what I get up to, I managed to injure myself. So here we are in a sling. Not the greatest look, but hey, I at least tried to get a game in. But right, let's jump on over in the game, because we heard the Let's Prepare Ourselves Heroes from the Raven Lord himself. From Raven Lord himself, as I was saying. So, we have Old Lady on the Auric, we have Exorcist on the, or Exorcist, however you want to say it, on the Li Ming. Peldor is on the Ragnaros. Sarge on the Varian, and Puff Dog on the dog of Rhaegar, my favorite puppy. Meanwhile, we have Bo Diddley on the Space Yoshi Dahaka. We have Bowser King on Anubrak. Last Melchior is on Hanzo this time. Zoom Vin Boom is on Gazlo once again. And Vickett on Anduin once again. And once again, we have a Gazlo into a heavy melee comp. Fortunately, there is a little bit of difference. There is a range on the side of Bunker Funtime Academy this time. But may still be a difficult one to deal with. We'll just have to see how that goes as the game goes along, so to speak. I want to check something while I'm here. We can see the Old Lady does get hit by a stun. We can see Puff Dog followed up by another stun, but will not quite go down. I imagine we're going to see Sonic, Vin, Zoom, Vin, Boom going down to the bot lane. Then last Melchior, and we'll probably go to camp in a few moments. But let's have a look. We have, at Talent I should say, we have W build of Simple Geometry from Hanzo at level 1 that we're going to try build up. Enhanced Agility from Dahaka. And Lion's more Variant. Yeah, I like this. As I say, why is Anduin going up here? Last Melchior should be able to get this camp time by themselves, and yeah, very good on the camp timing, making sure they are going to get that experience, that camp advantage. Meanwhile, we do see Puff Dog and Exorcist doing for Bruiser camp. I don't hate that timing. I do like that they're getting this all done now, but they are giving up mid-soak in the meantime, which not ideal. But if you can get this out, camp out as soon as possible, it means that you're not going to miss out on too much. And we're getting some weird kind of moments here as Puff Dog is taking all the damage from the camp, going, guys, can we please finish this quickly? See now, Siege Camp's coming out, Hanzo is coming back with it. And I'm going to close this. In the meantime, I really need to get better at remembering that, but it's annoying just, like, my hand's on, like, my functional hand is on the mouse at all times, like here. But, like, I need to release it, and then just, like, reach over Control 1 to change, like, what we're at. Like, oh, let's look at stats. Yes, I can see 1k healing by one healer so far, and the other one has done 2.3. And then like, oh wait, I want to now get rid of it, have to reach over again, back to mouse, and there we go. As we can see, level 4's rolled in, so I'm going to once again push Control 1. We're going to see what else is picked up. As we see, Varian is taunt for his heroic, which, it's what I expected. I didn't expect too much else here. It may have seen a smash, I may have liked to see a smash, just because Smash may have been able to do a decent amount here, especially into the heavier front line that is LTK we hate OBJ. It's not really too much that you're wanting to lock down the team into, so to speak. No, hard to say, but the other stacking things here is we see Ragnaros is stacking Catching Fire, and also imagine we're going to see Lava Wave Ragnaros on this map. I'm just going to put my money on that now. I don't have money to put on it, but I'm going to put my money on that now, and we do actually see as the other stacking is Anduin has gone Piercing Light. And I imagine we're going to see full orb build from Li Ming. But I guess it will be hard to say up until level 7. We do see that there's a taunt on the Gaz, Zoom Vin Boom. Does get a taunt, but however is saved by the minion wave as Exorcist uses Globe straight into them. Bowser King looking to interrupt Puff Dog. We can see Dahaka is burrowing bottom. And this is not where you want to be if you're the enemy suddenly between a rock and a hard place. Tongue does find Puff Dog going back in. Unfortunately not by their own device, so you can see a stun coming out. Orb does get the reset as Zoom Vin Boom was hit by it. However, Bo Diddley hit that one, so it's not going to be up for a few seconds more. Does dodge the arcane missiles to follow up, and Vic is able to get the objective. We see a nice double stun coming out by Bowser King, and that will be that objective going over to the side of LTK. We hate OBJ. Which, despite their name, they're really not living up to what their name is. They're like getting a lot of these objectives from what I can see. They're like, yeah, this is ours. I nearly swore. I'm trying not to swear on stream. I hate swearing on stream, just because I like keeping the content not quite family friendly. Because I do still technically say some very questionable things, but I just like to not swear as much as I used to. Just because it's a habit that I'm trying to break, where I used to swear a lot, and now I'm just like, you know what? I don't need to swear. Let's just kind of cut it back and keep kind of a professional face almost. But right, we can see Live with Simmons through both sides. We have LTK, we have OBJ is ahead on kills, ahead on objectives, but we are coming up to the second one just now. I would like to see a second. I would like to see a few more kills coming up from Bunker Funtime Academy. I think we get one here. They do have a decent lockdown, and if Exorcist can hit their full combo onto someone, that is going to be disastrous. But speaking about hitting full combos on someone, we see Burrow coming out from Bodilly, able to hold on. We see Taunt coming out. Bowser getting hitting Varian for best they can. That is now Sarge dragged under tower. Last Melchior took a lot of damage in process. There'll be Fem going down. Exorcist manages to find the kill, hitting those 3 arcane missiles all at once. Meanwhile, Vicar was able to find the objective, but Bunker Funtime Academy was at least able to get 1 kill here. Stun finds Rhaegar, Orb finds Bowser King and Zoom Ven Boom. We can see that they're being chased out of the lane just a little bit. So imagine that was full orb build. Yep, it is, just because I was like, I wasn't expecting orb to do that much. Like, yeah, sure, combo does that much from the Leeming arcane missiles. Old lady didn't quite take a shot from the tower. That'd be Bo Diddley. Now going, actually, wait a minute, there's 2 of you running at me, I don't like this. Are they reset on tongue? Are they auto attacks? Yes, they are. Which old lady has now just found out at the same time I have, gets tagged on tower, takes a lot of damage for it, but will survive. Hey, hey. When was Bruce? I don't remember this Bruce camp being picked up. Apparently a minute ago, but we do see siege campers being done by last milk here. And we can see now heroics are through for both sides. So let's open that up and quickly run those down. As you can see, a Cocoon from Anubrak, Dragon Arrow Hanzo, Isolation to Haka, Light Bomb Anduin, and then the ever-present Gazlo Grav Bomb. Then we see Varian picked up Taunt level 4. We see Lava Wave Ragnaros. We see Ancestral Healing from Rhaegar. We see Entomb Leoric and Disintegrate on Li Ming. Right. That was a little bit of a counter synergy between both Zoom Ven Boom as well as Anubrak, as there was the Cocoon going out right as Gravibomb did. Peldor's going into backline looking to see if they can get a flank. And that is now Peldor between a rock and a hard place. They're going to be a bit overextended. Actually, the Haka chased down Li Ming. Li Ming, we don't know how that is now that is now Bo Diddley in an awkward situation. However, does get taunted, does get saved by Bowser King. Bowser King, however, gets taunted in their efforts to keep him alive. But it will work out, and that is the objective going over the side of LTK We Hate OBJ, which they're really not living up to their name. They seem to love the OBJ. Be like, this objective, it's ours. And they're able to actually really muscle out Bunker Funtime Academy in a few of these situations. And there's Lava Wave. Lava Wave is a very good pick on this map because it helps in these situations where, yeah, you're about to get a lot of pressure come through. You can just cancel that out. And Peldor knows this. They used it at a pretty opportune time, and that means that the push in top lane is essentially dead. Meanwhile, Gazlo goes down mid thanks to that Taunt and Li Ming combo. And that is vital for the side of Bunker Funtime Academy, because now we're actually starting to get most of the momentum swinging. Melchior, no fear, just goes in immediately after it. And I don't know how I feel about camp being done during this phase. We've seen Taunt coming out on last Melchior. But there's not really the follow-up for it, because the team is doing camp. They're not defending keeps, but they are at least getting that bruiser out. So they will have something to counter-push into this next phase. Once the phase is over, I should really say. Meanwhile, Sarge is clearing things up. Exorcist considering starting boss, but no, we see Bo Diddley now is an awkward situation. Gets tongue out. Will they be able to survive? No, they will not, as that is a 3rd kill over the side of Bunker Funtime Academy. Okay, here we go. We're getting momentum shifting. This is what we like to see. Well, it's looking like a very rough early game for the side of Bunker Funtime Academy. It's now looking to be a pretty even mid-game, which, after the last one, this will be definitely a confidence booster for them, as that's kind of needed. Meanwhile, we can see boss play happening by the side of Bunker Funtime Academy, and actually we're getting them start to light up now. They're starting to fire up. I like this. Let's go, Bunker Funtime Academy. Let's get that. Let's get the second map in favor of you guys, and let's get it to a 3rd. I don't know if I'm peeking again. I just realized I saw my mic went red. I'm like, buddy, calm down. I'm like, oh, but this is exciting. Old lady steps up, decides, actually, not a great idea to step up boss, but we do see Bo Diddley does get tongue of him. We do see Unstock coming out. Bowser King does have severe Q up, I think. Oh, and the last one attack from Hanzo will take it out. Meanwhile, we can see Ragnaros is pushing a bit with top boss. We can see mid is getting pushed by a free man of LTK. We hope OBJ with that objective, with that bruiser camp. Meanwhile, we can see boss is pushing in bottom now. Bottom fort will go down. Top fort will go down for Bunker Funtime and LTK, respectively. But I don't know if the bosses get to the gates of the keep. Because this one basically already just a few bars left. And this one does also get top, just a few bars, bottom, just get a few bars left as well. And that'll be that those bosses getting the respective forts of their lanes, but not much else. Right, meanwhile Hanzo is doing that siege camp. Did they go serrated arrows? They indeed did. Nothing else quite standing out here. We can see a little bit of, we're seeing a macro decision actually being made by LTK, Bunker Funtime Academy, as they are just going to push down that mid gate. They're going to elect to get rid of, to give objective here. I do like that. We're just seeing Dahaka take it because he can at least burrow down afterwards. And meanwhile, we're going to see a collapse onto Bunker Funtime Academy. Bunker Funtime Academy have a heads up. They know what's happening. Dragon Arrow. Dragon Arrow. Dragon Arrow. Dragon Arrow. Go! No. Fair enough not using it there, but they did at least manage to meet that defense of the rotation of them going down and Dahaka holding and just getting top objective. Meant that they were able to hold on to that keep. Very smart play by them. Oh, a little bit of just a little bit of anti-synergy once again. You don't always have to drag if you're Dahaka, but hey, it worked out. That is a very dead old lady, which sounds like a sentence I shouldn't have said. That's a very dead Leoric. And that will be next objective coming up in the next few seconds. As well as we see Rag is just working on top, trying to best keep it. Does back for mana and health as we're going, oh wait, do I need to defend here? Are they about to push in? But no, we don't see that push quite yet. Alright, let's just swing it on down as we do see this objective is about to come up. Last Melchior doing a little spin on the vision circle. So going, yeah, this is mine. Woo! Spin, 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 spin. And we do now see Last Melchior is going to start showing the objective. And the side of We Hate Bunker Funtime Academy is not going to be able to step into it time. See, we have stun coming out on Sarge. Sarge isn't in too much danger there as the Light Bomb. Finding just the Varian getting pulled back in. Ancestral being used, not quite in time. Whoa, that just flashed red for whatever reason. Oh, because Ragnaros did stuff right down there. That was Ragnaros' other form being used. I thought my screen was about to break. I was like, no, not like this. I don't want to replace a monitor. It's expensive. But we can see Ragnaros is going down, uses live wave, straight through the lane. We see Vika taking a lot of damage as well. Zoom Vim Boom as well. We can see now that we're getting a little bit of cleanup from LTK. We have OBJ. And I would actually like to see a push happen here. As Beetles can do a lot to help with push. And actually, what Beetles are we? Oh, we are Epicenter. Okay, I was like wondering what the 16 was. Meanwhile, this middle objective is getting left alone. I imagine we may get a little bit of a scuffle between Old Lady and Dahaka. Except, oh no, Dahaka's just clearing. They're choosing to give this objective. Well, they're now living up to their name. That was, I realized that one peaked as soon as I said it. They're now living up to their name of We Had Objective. As a taunt under keep, will Bowser King be able to hold on? Indeed they do. Earth Totem barely trying to keep them in there, but however, they were just out of range. And yep, Old Lady was able to find the first objective for Bunker Funtime this game. Well done. And now we're going to get this cleared out. Bruiser Camp being pinged for Gaz. Quest completed by Dahaka, finishing their enhanced agility. Good stuff. Let's have a look at what else. Varian's still got a little bit to go on that Q quest. Edwin hasn't found anything on his E, and Hanzo hasn't finished his W quest either. So it's a lot of quests that were picked up, not quite finished, but a lot of these fights have been a bit too quick for either quest to finish. Bo Diddley may be in a little bit of danger coming up soon. I don't think so, but there is at least that kind of threat of pressure above them. Right. Boss is up for Bunker Funtime Academy. But doing this now is a risky play, especially if LTK, We Hate OBJ, does sniff it out, which they are about to. They've sniffed it out. Objective was right there. I don't know how I feel about this. As we can see now that the Light Bomb comes out, we see a nice double stun by a Nubrak. We see then Ragnaros gets cocooned. And now the side of Bunker Funtime Academy had to send the boss, but no, they're unable to. There is now two people in boss stun. Boss takes out two members of its side at once. 2 for 1 special from boss. Not much if we get to see that. We now have Old Lady being chased out by Bo Diddley and Bowser King barely trying to run away. Nope, gets hit by stun. That's another stun follow-up. And now we have, I imagine, okay, someone should probably go get objective because this is curse objective. I think the Hark is going, actually, yeah, I'll do it because I can just come back quickly. And now we have level 20s, both Storm Talents through the side of LTK. We have OBJ as well. Orb doesn't quite find an enemy hero there. And there it is. This is likely going to be game. Oh, that was a boss stun. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Li Ming goes down. That's very sad to watch. Okay, Bowser King, you're a little bit ahead of the curve. That Puff Dog barely holds on. Vicar taking a lot of damage. Bowser King, however, taking damage in the meantime as core isn't actually turned off when this objective happens. However, that is a very dead dog. We do see a stun coming out in Imperius. Bowser King doing the best to make sure they can't really do far. That is a nice double stun by both Gravo and then the Hanzo Arrow, and that will be the game and the series. Going over to LTK, we hate OBJ. GG's. Neither side calls GG's, but GG's to both sides. Right. That was a better game for Funker Bun Time. I feel like that means something wildly different to what I meant to say. It was a better series from Fun Time. That game, I should say, was a better one from them. That definitely felt more confident on that map from the previous one. But right, let's look at the game summary screen as soon as I'm able to get over there. Right. Pretty even hero damage, but as I said, it was actually a pretty low damage game, all considering. Pretty low hero damage, a lot of kills. LTK, OBJ was able to find from it just 14, but that was a little bit snowball at the end, so a bit hard to say how it was going, because it looks like actually in that mid game there, Bunker Fun Time was about to turn around. They actually got a few kills and were building momentum. They got boss, but unfortunately just kind of all fell apart at that kind of next objective phase, which unfortunate, but they have some very good potential there. The comps are very good. There's some very good choices being made, just not quite. The execution is just a little bit off, but I think they can at least get one win this season. Hopefully, I fingers crossed they do, because it should be interesting to see if they can do it, and I think they should be able to do it. But it was at the end of the day, we had LTK, we had OBJ's game. As we can see, hero damage slightly in their favor, healing a little bit in their favor, as well as while Ragnaros did have the most siege and soak experience soaked, between Dahaka and Gazlo, they did their best to make sure that Lava Wave would not run away with it, and they did very well in doing so. Let's have a look at talent, see if anything stands out. Yeah, not often you see Giant Slayer. I guess it makes sense in this comp because there are 3 big boys, but very often you see that Piercing Arrow, just because it can do so much in these small corridors. Otherwise, everything makes sense. Interesting to see Cannoneer on Li Ming, but I guess it worked out because that was the time when roughly Li Ming was getting those kills, so it did bring a little bit of turnaround that they needed, but all in all, it wasn't quite the overall impact they needed. But I do like the choice. I do like when other things that aren't Glass Cannon and Illusionist picked up, i.e. Cannoneer. Right, let's go over to the game summary screen and see how this all went down. A map view screen, I should say, and see how the series rounded out. So, LTK, we hate OBJ, took both Towers of Doom and Cursed Hollow. They were just kind of... They were the better team at the end of the day, but that's because of the first map. Bunker Fun Time with their 4-man melee with Lucio comp couldn't really deal with Gravobomb. Gravobomb just was a little bit too much for him. And this map, I'll give Bunker Fun Time the Academy the thing. On Towers of Doom, not Towers of Doom, on Cursed Hollow, they did much better. They had very good macro. They had very good... pick potential, but their objective fight was just a little bit lacking. You may want to see them do maybe stick to these types of maps where objective, yeah, sure, it sucks if you don't get it, but it's not vital if you don't get that. I'd like to see them stick to kind of these macro style maps where they can just either get a quick pick or where they can just choose to out macro their opponent. And maybe with these style maps, they may find more success. You know, LTK, we had OBJ, very good stuff. Just was able to protect Val of that first map with the Grav and the Gaz and everything else. So they were able to hold on. And then this one, while they did have a little bit of rough patch in the middle, they ended up closing this Cursed Hollow map out. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to look for another game to cast. We're going on to the 3rd one so far, and I think I may do 4 or maybe 5 if I'm feeling extra spicy. But I'll be back in a little bit when I have the next one set up and ready to go, which does take a little bit longer while my arm is a bit incapacitated, but we'll see where it goes. So I'll see everyone soon enough. Bye for now.